What's up, everyone? It's me, Bobby G, and I'm back for yet another episode of me making our way through the medium puzzle section of Contraption Maker. And if you've been following thus far, we've just got finished up with Captain Tim, which was the first nautical-themed puzzle, and I enjoyed it very much, and I don't see any reason not to just plot right on forward, ladies and gentlemen. Next up is Space Madness. Tim is suffering from space madness. The only cure is to pop the jack-in-the-box. Is to pop the jack in the jack-in-the-box. A little bit of a tongue twister. So I guess you need a little bit of amusement when you're lost in space, as it were. Another unique background that I don't believe we've seen before. I'm really liking these hand-drawn, or, well, whatever you want to call it, produced backgrounds. Need to pop the jack in the box, which means we need to get this to eventually hit this, to roll this, to hit that. And there's a couple other things that we're going to need to do for that to happen. I'm only guessing here, folks. I'm only guessing. Gonna need to cut a few ropes. Well, let's just see what happens here. Not much happened there. Not much happened there. Let's see here. Oh, that's not going to do anything for us. So, okay. Well, instead of the teeter-totter, I think we're going to need the little anti-gravity device, because that will probably get this mouse going. And, you know, I'm really not sure if we should be cutting this rope or not. But I kind of think so. So why don't we just see what happens here. Takes care of one. That takes care of one. And I'm thinking we might need this teeter-totter to... Will it be able to cut the second balloon here? Or the second rope, rather? Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't need the teeter-totter at all. Just can cut it on its own. And, let's see here. I wonder if this will send the baseball flying. Let's take a look. Well, not quite. Not quite here, folks. I'm, not sure what this is gonna do for us, to be honest, just yet. I don't know. I don't know how this baseball is gonna get pushed off to the other side. Maybe something like that. It'll come down and hit it like that. I think this is probably what's gonna happen. Yep, okay, and we just need to adjust the scissors a slight bit. Problem at all. And that clears the way for our blimp to make its way on over. Jack-in-the-box will get sprung, and space madness is cured, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck in space, Tim. Time to go to rocket school. Get the rocket off the top of the screen. A common goal. Lots of parts here this time, folks. Lots of parts. Here's, of course, the rocket. Usually, the lighter needs to help the rocket along. Oh boy, there's a lot going on this one, ladies and gentlemen. Lots going on. The only thing that moves is the balloon. And I'm not sure how that's going to help us just yet. You know, actually, I'm not sure what this lighter is going to do. We might need it to... launch this ball into the thing, which will... Well, it'll... maybe set this bucket free. Which might pull the generator? Which, well, So yeah, what is it gonna do here? Maybe hook up a couple more belts and, well, maybe something like this. Maybe something like this. I don't know. Let's take a look. So far, everything's going as we'd expect, and, well, what happened here? This rocket kind of got a mind of its own. I wish we could almost have a slow-mo so we could evaluate what the heck went on. And maybe we just need to position this a little further. I forgot that the magnifying glass luckily does not respect the brick wall. So what seemed to initially be quite a complicated puzzle turned out to be quite easy. Whenever I see all these gears, I actually get a little intimidated because I've had a tough time with that in the past. But this time it was just fine. Well, let's keep going. Trapped. Waldo's sister Wanda is trapped down in a cave. Help him raise her out of it. The most obvious solution isn't always the right one. What? That's very interesting. This is the first time that the puzzle goal has said something mysterious like that. That's the first time. The most obvious goal is not always the right one. Is this Wanda, then? That's Waldo. And there's the cave, I guess, even though it's just a part of the background. What did it say? Waldo's sister Wanda. Well, they're both Waldo, but I'm guessing this is Wanda. It's kind of strange that they would just declare it a sister, but okay. Well, let's hit the button to... Is that a speech bubble as well? Help! Look at that! Is that an animated background I spied there? Very interesting. Well, it said that the obvious thing isn't always the right one. Well, what's the obvious thing? The obvious thing to me is to get this rocket to hit this switch, which will make the cat go forward, which will put him in the bucket, which should raise Wanda out of the cave. That seems to be the most obvious. But they're telling me it's not. They're telling me it's not. But if it's not, what else would it be then, right? Well, let's just do the obvious thing. I don't know. Here's the most obvious thing. Can we get the hamster? Oh, okay. Well, the hamster wheel is not going in the correct direction, which is the first not obvious thing we have to take care of. That usually just means we have to kind of set up a couple gears and kind of get things to go in the opposite direction. Oh, look at that. Well, that must be what they meant, where the most obvious thing is not the solution. And how long is that rocket going to go? Probably forever. Okay, so the rocket can't even go up to hit the switch. Okay. Well, what does that mean then? I bet I know what it means. Maybe. Can I not, I can't angle the conveyor belt this time. Look. I was going to try to do that. I can't angle the conveyor belt this time. Okay. Well, that might not be the end of the world. We might just need it to get this. Here's my thought. The basketball is going to fit nicely in this little wedged area. The rocket's going to come up and hit it, and the basketball is going to get flung up and hit the switch. I think that is what they mean by the most obvious thing is not necessarily the correct. So let's see what happens here. So far, so good. And Wanda, escape, Wanda.
Whew.
Okay, and we only had one big gear left over. Except now our poor buddy Waldo's the one stuck in the cave. Oh, come on. And Wanda ended right back up where she started anyway. Well, we didn't solve much of anything, but we solved the puzzle. So I guess that's the important part. Start the reactor. The people of Mars need air. Start the reactor to provide the planet with air. Alright. Well, it looks like here's our buddies down on Mars. And this is a very interesting thing. Looks like a long line of pinball bumpers. And I think if I set this in motion, it's going to be chaos. Okay. I think the balls are stationary until we make them explode, pretty much. Well, let's start hooking up just a couple obvious things here. I don't know. Probably a little conveyor belt use. Well, maybe not. I'm not sure, actually. Gonna need a little something here to get hooked onto the bucket. Well, let's see. I'm gonna need, I think this baseball to kind of spring this trap. Let's see if that is... No, that doesn't do much, does it? I think let's switch this around. Get it on the other side, and there we go. The hamster wheel will begin turning then. But then what? Probably a little something like this. Except, well, except the cannon can't fit in there. So, alright, let's see. We need to, well, let's see what this cannonball does. Nothing. It's just gonna go plop right down. It's gonna go plop right down, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe we need a little cannon action to go this way. Except it looks like the cannonball is gonna get stuck on the flashlight. Let's just see for ourselves. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. So, buttons then, folks. Need a little something like this to let the cannonball loose, but what is that doing for us? Now, if we take away this conveyor belt, that cannonball is not going to do anything. That cannonball is not going to do anything at all. So, alright, hold on now. Well, I don't think the conveyor belt can fit in there. So what else is there to do here? I think we're going to have to make this do something. Well, we get this stuff out of the way here for a moment. I don't quite see the point of all this just yet. Well, the cannonball will certainly get pushed. Or is it just going to keep rolling all the way over there anyway? No. Okay. So it'll probably get pushed. But then that means something might have to trigger the flashlight. Well, if something's going to have to trigger the flashlight, could it be the bucket when it falls? Will the bucket falling trigger the flashlight? It will. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, that we're going to position the cannon to hit the egg timer, and that probably should do it. Will it? No. It's only on 1 second. I think we don't want the cannonball to hit the finger. I think that's what begins it, makes it start rolling. And we just have to adjust the cannon just a little bit. I think we'll have it. Oh, no, we won't. Alright, we need it a little closer, apparently. Okay. Something like that. There we go. And I like how this is called a reactor. Because holy cow, folks, does it react. And that'll go on for forever, I guess. And the people of Mars, let's just keep going to get rid of that sound. The people of Mars will be able to breathe quite easily. Underwater entrance is next. Tim needs to get into his secret underwater lab, but he locked himself out. Classic Tim. Help him out and get him into the lab. Alright. Well, the secret lab is off to the left here. Another nice background. Little can in the ocean. Let's see, there's a lot of parts here. There's a lot of parts here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. I am, well, to be honest, a little confused. I think maybe first things first, we have to get our buddy to, at the least, get down here, right? At the least, he needs to get down here, and the pool cue will certainly help change him, change his direction. And, you know, maybe we need something like this to keep him on track. Let's see how far along we are, and even just that thinking. Okay, no problem. So we got that much. Obviously, we need to hook up these belts here, and, well, at least this belt here. But there sure is a lot going on here that sparks my interest. Maybe the pool cue, excuse me, will, well, do we have to have a line 3 in a row like this to kind of get things going? Maybe we do. Hold on, let's position so the toast will fly right over top. Maybe something like this. Yeah. Okay. Alright, well, something like this, I guess, and I guess we're going to have to do something like this so that the cannonball will hit the hamster wheel, and, well, we've already used up all the parts. Will that be everything? Let's see. And the box gets moved as the platform to walk over, and secret lab, here we come. This was another one that wasn't so bad, folks. I think I'm going to end the episode here. We're making pretty good progress on these puzzles, and I couldn't be happier. I'm still not quite to the hard ones, and I'm almost dreading it. I'm not sure what to expect, but so far I'm still having a blast. These beautifully painted, drawn, whatever you want to call it, backgrounds are really revitalizing the whole scheme, and the puzzles are frustrating yet fair. And some are easier than others for sure. Either way, thanks for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Bobby G. Please keep an eye out for additional episodes, and we'll see you next time.